Hey guys, welcome back to Top Tipper Betting Tips. I trust you're having a fantastic evening and you're getting ready for the racing that's going to be taking place out at the Vaal. We're going to have the postman tipping out at the Vaal and he's going to be tipping an 8 race program. So I'm going to hand you over to the postman for his analysis. So here's the postman.
Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, no matter where in the world you guys are. And again, a big warm welcome to the Top Tipper family. Before we get into racing for the Vaal Classic on Thursday, we were a little upset. Again, not anybody's fault, maybe our fault, that we were only informed later on that the racing was on the Vaal Classic track and not the old track. I do know that Steve and them got hold of you guys and put up there, change the selections, look at inside draws around the bends. And had you had done that, you certainly would have done really, really well. But yeah, it's one of those things. We have to move on. And again, I have to say a massive thanks to Rachel Venica for getting us out of the cart. We had a nice touch on the 10 Lord Varys in the 8th race, and I certainly hope you guys followed suit. But guys, we move on, and this time we definitely know it is the Vaal Classic track. This is Thursday the 11th of May. There are 8 races carded, and the first is off at 12:25. Guys, when we go through the selections, for me, it looks like they're going to run pretty much to form, in the sense that I don't believe the PA will pay too much. I've taken a chance with a bipot. I've thrown in a couple horses, hoping to double up. Some open fields where there's 3 or 4 horses that have a chance, and then if you put 2 of them in, you get through the PA. But which ones, that becomes more complex. So when we go through the card, please just bear this in mind, and I'll go through with you guys and let you know what we fancy. As I said, first race is the first leg of the bipot. This is due off at 12:25. A work rider's maiden plate for the girls, over 1,200 meters. Take note, horse 3 has been scratched, leaving us with a field of 8. Again, we go through this year, and the 2 obvious choices are 1 and 6. However, I'm not going to take a chance. I don't like work riders races, and I'm going to put 3 horses in our bipot. If you don't fancy the 3rd or the 4th selection, guys, and you want to play it small, take a chance. As I said, it does look like they're going to run to form. And in the first event, my narrow first selection is horse number 6, Elusive Fire. Tom Lukeli for the Brett Weber yard. Decent effort last time out, albeit in a weak race. So we're going to take this into consideration. But did finish second, however. The reason I've gone for this one is due to the fact that it is drawn 2. I know that generally these work riders jump. Some of them will go like hell and stop 200 out. If number 1, Law of Success, was drawn better, I would have banked this and everything. So smaller guys, please guys, bipot 1 and 6, I'm sure will get you through. But due to the fact that 1 is drawn badly, I've selected that to run second. For 3rd, I've gone for the 2. This is She's a Claver, and Denver Botha gets a ride here for the Yonker yard. Again, a improved effort last time, and I'm certainly hoping this will jump, will sit handy, and hoping that this one could throw one of the fancy runners out and make the bipot worth a bit more. For 4th, I've thrown in the 9, and this is Shiny Silver. And again, only reason I've done that is I look at his first run of this horse, was in the betting, did have excuses. This is drawn 1, and when we go and look at the results on Tuesday, the inside draws definite advantage, and poorly matches stables in hot form, and he's thrown in the cheek pieces. So we are going to take swingers, we're going to take trifectas, and I'm going to take a quartet here, and I'm going to put in 1, 2, 6, and 9, but in order of preference 6, 1, 2, 9, and I do think 1 and 6 would get us through. I'm throwing in the 2, looking for a bit of an upset. We move on to the second race on the card, due off at 1300 hours. This is a maiden juvenile plate for the babies, over 1,000 meters. Again, guys, there's many first timers, so we just got to be careful here. The 2 horses that we're going to throw in everything both have run, and my narrow first selection here is horse number 3, Open Highway, Ray Danielson for the Fortune Yard. I'm sure that Ray now is the new stable jock for the Fortune Yard. I have not been impressed by the form of the yard, nor have I been impressed by the form of Ray Danielson, but things have to change, and there's my narrow first selection. For second, I've gone for the 9. This is for Vegas Vicky. Diego de Gavea gets a ride here for the Pedigree Yard. I'm certainly looking for an improved effort on this one, and I think 3 and 9 would be sufficient in all bets. For third, I have gone for the 1 as a first timer, and this is Horsefly, and this is Craig Zaki for the Mark and Adam Azzy Yard. I'm going to throw this one in all my swingers and trifectas. Again, watch the betting on this one. Craig rides really well for the yard. If this is going down looking $1 million, throw this one in and pull out one of the other selections. But I'm certainly going to throw this one in. For fourth, I've gone for the 4, Kwai certainly let the side down last time out, but you've got to take note it wasn't a feature event, and again, maybe a lot better than that. So race 2, 3, 9, 1 and 4. Please watch the first timers, watch betting on them as well. The third race on the card, due off at 13:35. This is the first leg of our pick 6. This is another maiden plate for the babies, again over 1,000 meters, and this time it's for the girls. And I don't like the form of any of the race runners. I really don't. I think they've let the side down. What I've done, I've gone on the breeding of horse number 11, Woman of Power. Kiki De Mello gets a ride here for Mike de Kock. I really fancy the breeding on this one, and I'm certainly going to throw this in everything. Watch the betting on this one. That is my first selection. For second, I've gone for the obvious choice. This is horse number 1, Callum Murete, Ray Danielson for the Fortune Yard. Again, let the side down last time out. I certainly think is better than that. Must be given another chance. For third, go for a nice roughie here. This is number 9, C. Veloci for La Sandintoli for the Match Yard. As I said previously, this yard is on fire. There was support for this horse first time out. Let the side down last time out. Again, showed pace. Finished off the race with a mouth injury. I certainly think this one is drawn on the right side of the track, and I'm looking for an improved effort here. And at 25-1, if this one looks well going down, certainly worth a place bet, and we'll throw this one to swingers as well. For fourth, we've gone for the 7. This is Mickey's Bomb. Please take note, did finish third last time out. Marco van Rensburg retains a ride, and again, I think good enough for back end of trifectas and quartets. As I said, I don't like the form of the race runners. That's why I've gone 11, 1, 9 and 7. Pick 6, I think Banker the 1. I certainly think that this one will run second. Or say to hell with it, go for 11 and 1 and hope like our 11 wins and another roughie runs second. Move on to race 4. This is the first leg of Jackpot 1, due off at 14:10. Another maiden plate over 1,200 meters. And in the fourth race here, my first selection is horse number 5, Forever Free, Muzigeni for Corey Lensley. Nicely drawn at 1. Decent effort last time out, was staying on, is third one after a rest. And I certainly think that, again, this one should be there and thereabouts. For second, I've gone for the 7, Viva de Janeiro. This is the current favourite, around about even money. Keegan De Mello retaining the ride here for the Van Furen Yard. And I really believe that these 2 horses should get us through most. For third, I have gone for horse number 1, Nazaire. I'm putting a line through the last run. Blinkers, I see they've taken it off. Hopefully they've learned from that run. That was in a minor feature, if I'm not mistaken. And Gavin retains a ride. Certainly we need to take note of this. This will be going into our jackpots. This will be going into our pick six as well. Smaller punters, I think 5, 7 and 1 will get you through everything. For fourth, I've gone for the 4, Saka Gold. Siana Sisibo for the Boertis Forstler yard, finished second the other day. And again, maybe worth back end of tough vectors and quartets. So race 4, we've gone 5, 7, 1 and 4. And I do believe that 1, 5 and 7 will get you through everything. Fifth race on the card, due off at 14:45. First leg of jackpot 2, maiden plate over 1600 meters. I think this is a very, very tough race. Putting as many as your budget will allow. Narrow first selection, I'm going for the filly. This is 10 Pink Diamond. Gabriel Peterson getting back aboard this one for Pawnee Matchett. Ran second to Island Beauty, was staying on there. Then ran 4.5 lengths behind the winner the time thereafter. Nicely drawn at 2, and again I think must have a chance. For second, I've gone for the obvious. This is the 1, I'm a Man. Dennis Swaz for the Peter yard. I know it's drawn wide, however I think they will jump. I think he'll be in front. I think he'll kick in the top of the lane, and everybody will have to come and fetch this one. And I've got this one to run second. For third, I've gone for the other filly in the race. This is number 9, Spring of Alexa, King Demeta for the Terry yard. Third one after rest should be Cherry Ripe, and again should be there and thereabouts. For fourth, gone for the 5. This is Broadway, Chase Majan for the Clarkson yard. We see how Chase is riding for this yard, and again must be included. As I said, tough race, putting as many as the budget will allow, and we've gone 10, 1, 9 and 5. We move on to the 6th race on the card. This is due off at 15:20. Maiden plate for the girls over 1600 meters. Take note, horse number 1, Call of Glory, is out. Please take note here, we found the first of my value bets, and this is currently around about 33-10. Obviously there'll be adjustments if what I think will take place does. I have given this as my first selection and as my value bet. A decent first time out. Last time out in a Work Riders, I don't like Work Riders, wasn't touched, finished off 3.5 lengths off the winner. Samanga Kamala jumps aboard this. I've seen Samanga ride many horses for Peter Victor and do really, really well. That is why I've got this as a first selection and a value bet. My second selection is horse number 2, and this is Impression. I'm of the opinion that Sean Terry will pull the plug on this one. I don't think it will run, and the reason being, it ran on Tuesday, finishing 4th, 4 lengths off the winner. I certainly think that the run could have come too soon. However, if this horse is eating up, Sean will run it. It's currently around about 15-10. I do think that if this one was going to run, I think it would have been shorter than that. But I think they're going to scratch it. But please just watch and confirm. That is why I have got the 4 as a decent value bet at 33-10. For third, I've gone for the 6, Secret Recipe, Daga de Gavea for the Mark and Adam Azzi yard. Nicely drawn at 1. Something certainly went wrong last time out. Samanga gets off and he rides our first selection. But I think the 6 is good enough to run and drum. For fourth, I've gone for the 7. This is Have a Party. I'm looking for an improved effort from this one. I know it's drawn wide. I see that Corey has put blinkers on this one. Again, maybe running on when others have cried enough. So in race 6, 4, 2, 6 and 7, 33-10, we're going to have a touch this evening. 7th race on the card. This is due off at 15:55, merit rated 68. over 2,000 meters. Narrow first section. Here's the 3, Tinder Dry. Marco van Rensburg gets aboard this one for the Fani Broncos yard. Marco has won on this one before. He beat Last Cheer. And then he ran 4th on this one behind Rise. That was there in Durban. It looks, for me, it looks like with the strong urgings of Marco, this one may be able to get closer and hopefully turn the form on the 2 over to you. That is my second choice. Over to you, Striker Straden for the Vosloo yard. Ran on really well last time out. Really well to finish into 3rd spot. The 2,000 meter should be to this one's advantage. However, I know it's a small field, but if this one does not find a clear passage, maybe staying on for 2nd or 3rd. This one must come from off the pace. For 3rd, I've gone for the 5. This is Nuclear Force. Gavin Arena for the Verdunese yard. As I said, every time Gavin rides for Erica Verdunese, the alarm bells go off, and I'm going to throw this one in. I certainly believe better than this last effort, and we throw this to run 3rd. For 4th, we've gone for the 8, the Inkosana JP van der Merwe for the Verdunese yard. Again, we go and look at the form here. Has got some average form. I do think it will jump. I think it will, I think it will sit handy. Nicely drawn at 2, 53.5. Maybe tough to peg back. So race 7, 3, 2, 5, and 8. And I think it's quite a tough event. I don't think it's as cut and dry as the betting would suggest. We move on to the lucky last. This is race 8, due off at 16:30. Mid rate 75 handicap, over 1,200 meters. And here, guys, we find my value bet. Nice long odds, around about 14-1. And this is horse number 6, Mescal. Marco van Rensburg retains the ride here. Last time out, finished 5 lengths behind the Mauritian. I certainly believe that this is better. I think the course will suit. I think Marco will jump. I think he'll have it up there. I certainly think that with the better draw, should have a form reversal with horse number 4. I certainly hope so. And I certainly think that round about 14-1 is a nice each way bet. For 2nd, I've gone for horse number 3. And this is Surya Varam. This is Dennis Suarez for the Peters yard. This won in Gravel last time out. A very good race. I have no doubt in my mind this will jump, will go to the front, play catch me if you can. And again, should not be left out of any of your permutations. For 3rd, I've gone for the 11. This is Power Ranger. Nicely drawn in 1. 52.5 on his back. Muzieni getting the ride here. This one has certainly let his side down on many occasions. 23 runs, and it's only a one-time winner. I certainly believe that's better than that, and certainly has a chance. For 4th, I've gone for the 8. This is Defender of Rights. Dega de Givea for the Pedigree yard. The form was there for all of us to see. This may chase the 3 around, and if they get into a battle for the lead, I can see both of them stopping, and I'm hoping that Mescal comes through and mows them all down. But again, this certainly must have a chance. It sort of just worries me that Gavin Arena has got off this one, and Diego jumped back aboard. But certainly worth a place. So race 8, 6, 3, 11, and 8. I'm hoping that is the roughie that arrives and makes our pick 6 worth a little bit of money. Guys, as I said, I don't think we're going to get massive results. However, a lot of horses are closely put together in the betting, And I do think if you get 2 horses each leg in the PA, I think you'll catch it several times. I don't think it's going to pay bombs. Maybe the pick six and the jackpots are the way to go. Please look at betting on first timers. Watch for jockey changes. Watch for scratchings. Look after yourself. Take care. Stevie, back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks for that, the postman. I hope you can deliver like you normally do. I see you've tipped a 8-race program, your bar pot, your PA, your jackpot 1 and jackpot 2, and your value bets. Race 8, number 6, Mescal at 14 to 1, and race 6, number 4, Green Light Range to Green Light Ranger at 4 to 1. So that's fantastic value for the punters. So hopefully you can deliver. Guys, our best bet won out in the UK today. So keep following the UK and the Irish bets we put out for free, and the UK bets we give to the guys that pay their subscription of 400 Rand a month. So the UK bet won today, which was quite nice for us. And hopefully we can keep up our top form. So guys, all in all, enjoy, have fun, break a leg, and cheers for now.